Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to today's Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 523. If you are joining me during the premiere of this class, well, that would be Saturday morning, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, or 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. We are live chatting during this premiere, and wow, do I have something for you. This is actually going to be a do's and don'ts class. I wasn't sure if, yes, definitely a do's and don'ts class. And you're like, what's a do's and don'ts class? And I'm like, well, it's a little different than a typical Scrapbooking Made Simple Saturday YouTube, where I'm featuring lots of different products that may be new to the market, but things that you might already have in your crafty stash. That's a typical Saturday, and it's all technique based and it's all commercial free. But a do's and don'ts class is really where I break down a single product, where I open it up and we go through it step by step by step so that you can see the best tips and tricks and sometimes maybe what not to do with a product. I'd rather have you see me take something and either use it in a way that you're not supposed to, so you see this is what happens when you use it that way, or give you the confidence to say, oh my gosh, I can so do that. So a do's and don'ts video for Scrapbooking Made Simple is a little special because it really is featuring one product. Well, today it's two, but really just one. You're like, wait, two, one, which is it? Well, I have new die sets from Sizzix, and gosh, if you love infinite possibilities, if you love the thought of I could do anything, who doesn't like to think I can do that and I can do more? But wait, I mean, having that excitement with a product is magical. So if you love infinite possibilities, and if you think that your creativity may not be infinite creativity, I'm going to show you that it really is. You just didn't know it was buried deep down in there. We're going to pull that creativity right out of you. We're going to bubble it up right to the top where you go, oh my gosh, this is as easy as doing ABCs, because it is. So I have got Infinite Doodles from Hughes. It is a single die set where he has taken unique shapes and given the opportunity to puzzle piece them together to make anything your imagination can dream of. Can you live in a world of imagination with these shapes? You bet you can. Can your kids live in a world of imagination with these shapes? You bet they can. It's almost like if you remember color forms. When I was a little kid, we had these, they called them color forms, and they were like little vinyl pieces. And you could take all of these different shapes and make whatever your mind saw. And that's what I have for you today with Infinite Doodles. You cut these out and you put them in front of a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 22-year-old or a 55-year-old, and you're going to see imagination in process, from the whimsical whatever a 5-year-old thinks in their head to the 55-year-old wanting it to look just so, but it's all there for you. So today it's all about Infinite Doodles and Sizzix, Pete Hughes' Infinite Doodles. And he does have an amazing video out on the Sizzix website that you are welcome to look at on their YouTube page, absolutely. But I'm going to take it a little step further, and I'm going to hopefully break it down in a way that even you, the newest crafter, who is watching YouTube for the first time, says, I can do that, because you can. We are not going to be using anything but paper today. That is the main source, paper and dies. How much easier can it get? We all have paper. Boy, do we have paper. And now with Infinite Doodles, you're going to be able to take that paper and expand it and create with it and see the joy in other people as they play with them and they start to piece things together. It is truly a wonderful product that needs a do's and don'ts video because I want to show you how I approached them. And maybe you don't approach it the same way as me, and maybe you don't approach it the same way as Pete, but you take from both of us and then you look at them and go, oh, I like what Pete did over here and how he thought about that. And I kind of like what Stacy did over there. And I think I'm going to take the both of them and merge them, but I have a whole nother idea. I wonder if they thought. And that's where you write notes to me on YouTube and in emails. Did you think? And it's like, I didn't think. And that's what this whole community is for. This whole creative, crafty community. We share with each other. We collaborate with each other. We embrace each other and we learn from each other. So today it's a do's and don'ts about infinite doodles. And I'm going to say even if this doesn't speak to you at all, okay. But if you don't stay for the samples, you have missed something that is truly spectacular. Pete Hughes made all the samples for today's class. I'm going to tear up because, okay, so before I get there, I'm going to tell you a brief story because that's what I do. I don't have winner chicken dinner today to talk to you about because we have no internet and we have no phones right now. It is Friday the 13th and boy, howdy is it. No phones, no internet. I'm hoping that the internet is up by the time I get to load this class, but time will tell. If not, I'll post something. So we're just gonna wait and see. Friday the 13th definitely found Scrapbooking Made Simple. So I will do our winner chicken dinners next week. I'll have 4 of them for you. So if you want a chance to be a winner chicken dinner, you just have to look down and post below. There's a place to leave a comment, and that comment just needs to be kind, as long as it's polite and something you would say in mixed company. Like you would say it with a 2-year-old standing next to you and with a 92-year-old standing next to you. If you can say the comment with both of those sitting next to you, then by all means post away and we will approve it. My son James, SMS guy James, will approve it. And then you go into the running to be a winner chicken dinner and get a $25 gift card. I will do 4 of them next week, so the 2 that I wasn't able to announce this week, and then 2 from people who are posting below. You do? Well, you don't. I might. I don't know. Do you? I think you might have to be a subscriber to Scrapbooking Made Simple. There's a little heart with an SMS in it. So I think you might have to be a subscriber to post below, but I could be wrong. And just know you won't see your comment immediately. It will take some time. Usually he does them on Wednesdays and Thursdays, giving everybody ample opportunity to become a winner chicken dinner, having that chance. So I want to tell you a quick little story, and it involves my dad, and then I'm going to fast forward, and I promise not to take too long with you. I take as long as I take. Who am I kidding? So when I was little, we lived in a house on 4 Oaks Street, which is right in front of Cedar Creek Elementary School, directly in front of Cedar Creek Elementary School here in Canyon Country, California. I was brought home to that house, and that was my childhood home. And here in Santa Clarita, boy, nowadays, if you get a backyard that has anything more than 10 feet, you're lucky. But back then, 55 years ago, the houses were still, you still had a front yard and a backyard and a sidewalk, and the kids would run their bikes up and down, roll them up and down, and roller skate up and down the street, and you got called home for dinner when the street lights went on. That was my childhood many years ago. There was no internet, there was no Wi-Fi, there was no cell phones, and there was no DVRs or VCRs or any of that. So you really spent most of your time as a child outside playing with your friends, and then when the street lights came on, that meant it was time to go home. So in my backyard, we had a lovely backyard, and it had fruit trees in it, and we had a couple trees in the middle and a nice little patio. But my dad hung 2 hammocks when I was little. We had a couple trees side by side, and he hung 2 hammocks. Now, mind you, these were my dad's hammocks, so I think they came from the Big 5, which means that they were like these meshy things that when you weren't on them, rolled up into this almost like a string-like thing. So these were string hammocks, and you, to be able to get into it, you had to kind of unroll it and stretch it out and kind of get into it. But my dad put two of them up, and during the summer and fall, we would go out and we would just lay in the hammocks. Now here in California, we don't get a lot of clouds. We have blue skies most of the time, and that's why people come to California for the weather, because it is spectacular. But every now and then we get a nice, lovely, cloudy sky. Not that it is cold cloudy, but just a cloudy sky. And I know my dad would always, he would always start with, "Let me paint you a picture." That's how he would start his conversations, because there was always a story to go with. "Hello, I am Stacy and I am my father's daughter." So my dad would always start with, "Let me paint you a picture." So, let me paint you a picture. My dad and I are outside on the hammocks, and it is early fall, and there's some clouds in the sky, and it's just a lovely day, and maybe I'm 6 or 7 years old. My parents were divorced when I was 10, but so it had to have been before I was 10. Maybe I was 6 or 7, and we kind of had side-by-side hammocks. And my dad, we would lay back there and kind of swing in unison. We'd have to get going, otherwise we'd bonk each other, kind of swing a little bit in unison. And again, they were these weird hammocks that are all kind of meshy, and you kind of have to pull it apart and get yourself in there. But he would say, "Okay, Stacy, what do you see in the sky?" And I would look up, and as a child, that's what you did. You would lay down on the grass or in your hammock, and you would look up at the sky on a cloudy day, and you would form pictures. What did those clouds look like? What could you make out of those clouds floating by in the sky? And maybe one minute it looked like a dog, but the clouds were moving so quickly that the next minute it was a bunny rabbit. And I remember spending my childhood nights, mid-afternoon, early evenings, every now and then, not very often because we didn't have a lot of cloudy skies. And maybe that's why it sticks so well with me, because it wasn't something we did on a regular basis, where we would just sit and we would look up at the clouds and we would tell each other what we saw in the sky. So I fast forward, gosh, I miss my dad. I fast forward to going to HQ, Sizzix HQ in the UK earlier this year. And I'm walking in, and I'm spending a few days there, and there's Pete Hughes in his little area. He's got this fabulous little spot where he does all his creative, I don't know where all of it comes from. It's amazing. So on a break, I went over and I was watching what he was doing. And he had all of these little shapes on his desk in his workspace. And they were just random little shapes. And I had no idea what this product was at all. And I'm seeing him put together these fun characters and animals and and Santa Clauses and witches, and I'm seeing him kind of maneuver them around like they're puzzle pieces that just kind of magically fit into each other. But the puzzle pieces are, the puzzle's what's in your mind. It's not predetermined for you. It's not preset for you. You don't have to do a Halloween witch if you don't want to. Some of the same things that did the witch did a fancy unicorn. And I'm watching him do all of this, and it took me back to my dad. It took me back to thinking, my gosh, he's looking at clouds in the sky, and he's building these beautiful little embellishments for his cards out of clouds in the sky. And that's where Infinite Doodles, when I first became aware of what they were, I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, oh, because it's a lot of pieces. And then I'm like, oh. So Pete is telling me all about how he started as a cartoonist. And he's giving me the whole theory behind Infinite Doodles. And if that is something you are interested in, I highly recommend you go watch his video because he talks about basic shapes in art theory and where it comes from. I am going to take it to the more crafty side. I'm going to take it to where if you just bought these and had no idea, never heard of Hughes, never heard of Sizzix, had no idea what to do with them. That's where I come in, because I'm going to make clouds in the sky for you. And we're going to figure out, we're going to look at them, and I'm going to see one thing in those clouds in the sky, and you're going to see something completely different. And yet both of us can make what we see because we have the tools in the Infinite Doodles. It is one SKU, one set of dies. He does have a complementary background set that goes with it, and I will show you that too. But when we decided to do this video, I went to Sizzix and I said, I'd like you to do a few things for me. Would you? And they go, what? With a smile. I said, I need some help. I need some tools to go with this. I need a way for my customers and your customers to store these, a way to keep track of these, maybe a recipe card or two, so when they get them, they're going to get started and they'll be able to just start and play. And I have all of that for you today, all of it. So I think I'm going to show you the bundles because there are two. One comes with the binder storage, one does not. That's the only difference between the two bundles. One has the complete binder for storage and the other does not. I think I'm going to show you those first because once we get started, I'm not going to stop. It is a do's and don'ts of Infinite Doodles. And really, when you have infinite possibilities and clouds in the sky and imagination and the opportunity to see a 5-year-old make whatever it is they close their eyes and see, next to a 10-year-old who has distinct ideas of what they want it to be, next to a 55-year-old who says, oh, I know, I want that to look like this. It's the most amazing experience to sit back and enjoy somebody else's creativity. And with the holidays coming up, it's like having that right there during your holiday time where you can pull these out and pre-die cut a bunch of them and put them out in all different colors and let everybody else, let their imagination take over. And then you might be the one going, oh, I didn't see that one, but wow, that's good. So I'm going to tilt down for today. I hope you are still with me. I'm excited to bring these to you. We're going to do it easy peasy and we're going to start at the beginning because it is a very good place to start. So let me show you the bundles just so you understand where we're going, and then I'm going to open them up and we're going to start. Okay, you guys, it's good to see you. Down we go. All right. So my dad was definitely more of the outside guy than my mom, for sure. So I would go on that. I don't know if my mom ever did go in the hammock. I think she was afraid of the two hammocks because boy, did they swing. All right, so let me just get, all right, so Infinite Doodles. Here is the one die that I'm talking about. And yes, these are all the dies that you get. And you're like, oh my goodness gracious, I know. They are all there for you. I want to say that there's 59 dies in here. And we are going to break them down so that it becomes easy peasy for you to see what Pete sees, to see what you see in the clouds in the sky. Then we have the backgrounds to go with. And there's 4 smaller dies that give you positive and negative. So that's going to be, so the bundle starts with the 2 dies. Then, because it was super important to me, we have storage. So the bundle is going to include 3 of the magnetic sheets and then 3 of the envelopes. so that you can put your magnetic sheets in the envelopes. You put your dies on the magnetic sheet and then put them into your envelope. But my goodness, that's quite a bit to keep track of. I said we need to be able to keep track of everything. So Ellison Sizzix did sticker sheets for you. This is every die that you get, and it is numbered. Each die is numbered. So as you come up with recipes for different things that you make, you just have to write the number down that you used. And, oh, I have one open here. Let's just do that. I have one open here. Well, wait. So you've got the two dies. You've got the envelopes, you've got the magnetic storage, you've got the sticker sheet. This is one bundle, but if you choose to, we also have the storage binder for you. This is the Sizzix storage binder. It holds the envelopes. Let me open this one up. Brand spanking new. So it holds the envelopes and the magnetic sheets and all your dies in here so that you can have a storage unit for them. We've never sold the storage sheets, the binders before, but we were able to get it done, so we're able to ship them to you. So you have your choice whether you get the bundle with the storage binder or without. It's entirely up to you. But no matter what, both bundles come with the 2 die sets. They come with the 3 magnets, and they come with the storage envelopes for the magnets. They also come with a recipe. Both of them come with recipes. I have these cards here in front of me, and Pete has listed out everything you need to make these cards with his infinite doodles. So I'm going to put these off to the side right now, and I'm going to put these off to the side right now, and I am going to bring over, so here I have got my infinite doodles on my magnetic sheet. Here I've got my backgrounds on my magnetic sheet. And here I have one extra magnetic sheet because you get 3. So I'm just going to show this one on it. Here's my Sizzix magnetic sheet. Here's my label. It is an instant sticker. I would be assuming I can get it unstuck. See, I'm the worst at this. You guys have a suggestion? There we go. So, a sticker. Oh, well, of course, folded in. Okay, so first tip. When you open your sticker, just fold it and peel it back. There we go. It made the whole do's and don'ts video worth it right there. And then I can line it up right on the magnetic sheet, directly over the magnet. And now I have got a place to store all of my dies, because the dies are going to be magnetized right to it. So here's my top one. One goes there. 7 goes there. So if I accidentally knock it or shake it, it's okay. It's on a magnetized storage. And then I can put it right away when I'm done in the envelope. So even though he only has 2 dies, you get 3 envelopes and 3 storage. 3 envelopes and 3 magnets. So we are going to use these today. And I've got my set ready to go. All my dies have been laid out right on my magnet. Easy peasy. I've got my second set that also has its own sticker to go right on top. And my girls have taken the packaging and taped the packaging onto the front. So now I'm turning it over and my dies stay because they're on a magnet. So we've taped the packaging onto the front just so we can keep track. All right, so you're looking at this going, oh my gosh, that's a lot of little dies. How am I ever going to be able to keep track of these and know what is die number 15 and what is die number 34 and what is die number 28 and what is die number 1? Well, that's where we're going to start. And that's the first part of the do's and don'ts that I want to talk to you about. We are going to cut these and we are going to make our own little master set of die cuts. But I'm not going to do it out of multiple colors. I'm not going to do some out of red and some out of green and some out of yellow. I'm going to do it all out of one color, monochromatic, one color. So that as a master set, when you lay them down in front of you, it's easier to kind of see how to put things together or what might work. And you're going to build recipes from that. So the easiest way to do this, and see, look at the cute little cards. Aren't they darling? You're going to get the recipes for these 3. But I mean, I have got so many more samples that honestly, and all of these were done out of this one set. All of these. And you're like, how can you get Santa and Frankenstein and some fries and a burger all out of this one set of dies? That's where the imagination comes in, and that's where making a master set comes in, and that's where making your own recipe cards come in. So, like I said, and I probably have, I don't know, 40 more samples over here, all done by Pete. Just a big thank you to him. So, I'm going to take a piece of black paper because I want it to be monochromatic. I'm going to die cut out a few and I want them all to be in black. My whole set is going to be in black and that's going to be my master set. But you're saying, okay, so you cut them all in black, but how do you keep track of what number is what number and what goes with what? Well, let's go ahead and let's just cut this down a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of Stacy tape. Now, it's whatever size you have. You might have to roll it across a couple times. This is, I think, a 2.5. Maybe you have a 1-inch width of double-sided tape. That's fine. 1 inch will work too. You're just going to put it right next to each other. You're just going to keep adding until you've covered your whole or your sheet of paper that you're working with. I have 5 and 6 inch available, but I just grabbed 2.5. Okay, so I've got some Stacy tape on my paper. I'm just going to trim it down to make sure that no matter where I die cut, I've got some tape. Now, you may be thinking Then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to die cut this to make stickers, because ultimately what I've done is made this piece of black paper an instant sticker. The minute let me go back just a little bit. The minute I pull off the liner and expose the sticky, there's adhesive there right now. You've got to do something with it. The minute you take the entire liner off and can't put it back on, you got to do something with it because it's sticky. So quite often what we do is die cut this way and then peel the back off, and we're able to make an instant sticker. This time I'm going to use something different. I'm going to use a piece of copy paper. Just inexpensive copy paper. This isn't cardstock. I'm going to pull back that liner. Get rid of both of them. And I'm going to put the copy paper right on top. So my black is now stuck to my white. And let's get rid of some of it. In fact, we can cut that whole little piece off. So here. And then here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to make sure that everywhere I have black, on the opposite side, I've got white. And I'm like, wait, I don't get it. Why did she do that? I took my double stick tape. There. And there. Cut off my extra. So I can throw all this away, although I don't know. It's up to you if you want to save that tape. Up to you. I'm going to trim this one down just a little bit better. And now I'm going to expose that sticky one more time. 1. 2. And I'm going to take another piece of just inexpensive. You can use cardstock if you want, but your copy paper is going to work just as good. And now trim all the way around and get rid of all the extra copy paper. Sorry. Okay. So now I have 2 pieces that are exactly the same. And you may be questioning why I've adhered the copy paper to the back. Because now we're going to die cut. And let's just grab a few of our doodles. Hold on just a second. Grab a few of our doodles. Okay, so I don't know, do we want to grab 1, 2? We can grab 1, 2, 20, 21, and 22. Those 3 right there. And you can see that I've taken them off and I know the numbers that they correlate to. I'm going to bring my machine over. I've got my Sizzix Big Shot machine. I have got my base platform. I've got my solo shim. I have got my precision base plate. Now you're like, wait a minute, these are not difficult dies. Look at, if that was any bigger, she could put her whole hand through there. Yep, I can put my finger through there. It's an open frame die. But I am asking it to go through cardstock, adhesive, and copy paper. So to be sure, the easiest way is to just use a precision base plate. These dies are smaller. They do not have as much surface space so that the roller can add more pressure to them. They're tiny. There's only so much pressure the roller can add to it to make sure that it cuts. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and just kind of put them on here. It doesn't have to be, I mean, it's black paper. Ooh, look at that spin. No, I'm not on a magnetic plate, but look at it spin. If I was looking for water, I would need 2 of these. All right, let's find a place for it. Let me get all of them in here. All right, so now I'm gonna cut them. So I'll take a do not cut plate over the top, and I'm gonna send it on through. It's just black paper, so if they move around, we don't care. As long as they're not on top of each other, we just want them to cut. So 1, and then let's just bring it on back. Creaks and cracks are fine. That means it's cutting. The only time you don't want to force it is if your handle says no. If you're pushing and it's not taking, the machine is not taking your sandwich, that means it is too thick. So let's see, did I get them out? I sure did. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can either pick these right up on my gotcha tool, zoop, just like that. Hold them there until I bring over my storage that has all the numbers on it. And then I'm going to take my ballpoint pen and I'm going to go, okay, this is number 20. That's number 20. I'm going to turn it over, and on the white, I'm going to write 20. Now I know that this is number 20. The next size down is number 21. I'm going to write 21. The next size down is 22. 22. So I put the white paper on the back so that I am able to write what number each of these dies correlate to on my magnetic key, my magnetic sheet. That is the key to everything Infinite Doodles. This is the key to it all. So now I've got my little one here, and I can just write number 1. And I've got my little doodle here, and I can write number 2. And I am making myself a master set. Put these back on. And because it's magnetic, they're laying right down and they don't move. Now let's take maybe these 2 and Let's take maybe these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's cut those. So I've got these right here. I bring my machine back on over and I just wash, rinse, and repeat. My base platform, my solo shim, my precision base plate, and my paper. And now let's find some space for these. So really, one sheet of paper you're going to be able to get all your dies out of. And let's die cut those. And I'm just going to send it on through and bring it on back. Yep, you're going to hear things like that, and that just says that my die cut my machine is doing its job. It's cutting that paper with these tiny little wafer style dies that don't have a blade. So I can pop that one out and pop this one out and pop. These look like gumdrops. Pop that one out and that one came out. And then my little tiny gumdrop is right there. And then this one is still in my die. So I'm just going to take my Simply Defined Fussy Tweezers, which are back in stock, and I'm going to pull it right out. Now I bring over the key that makes everything possible, and I look and I say, oh, my biggest gumdrop is number 35. So 35. My next biggest gumdrop is number 36, 36, 37, 38, and then I've got these two pieces here. The wider one is number 7. And the narrower one is number 8. And you're going to do this until you have all 59 pieces cut. It won't take you long, but you're going to do this till you have all 59 pieces cut. And then I come back in, and because I get the storage with my set, with the bundle, I get the storage. Now, do you have to buy it with the storage? No, we're going to have the Infinite Doodles sets for you. We'll have the dies sold individually. In fact, we'll have that one sold individually and that one sold we'll have the storage sold individually if you want, absolutely. And I've got my next one that goes right back there, but there's no guessing if you've lost a piece or missing a piece or where it belongs. It's all here for you to keep track of what you've got going on. So now I've got a bunch of my little black pieces, which because they're a one color, it can be helpful to try and figure out what they can become. If you start mixing too many colors, all of a sudden, it's hard to see them for anything but the color that they are. I'm going to slide these off to the side, and we're going to talk about the second set. Let's see what he's calling it. Is it Infinite Backgrounds? Well, Infinite Doodles number 2. So we have Infinite Doodles number 1, Infinite Doodles number 2. And we're going to do the same with these. We are going to take them and we're going to cut them out. Now these dies, and again it's storage so you can see exactly where they go, and that's just a label that is on top of the magnetic sheet that you'll get with the label that comes, the packaging taped on the front. These are a little different. While you get all of these fun little shapes out of them, these cut into paper as opposed to cutting out of paper. You're like, wait, I don't get it. These cut into paper. It's going to cut all these little shapes in and these will fall out. But the rectangle itself does not have a blade around it. There's no ridge like around the little zigzaggies. So it's not going to cut this shape out. It's going to cut this detail in and give you all of these little fallouts. Let me show you. So I'm going to keep with my black paper, and I'm just going to put it down here in this corner because I can. 1, 2, if I stack them. No, I'm still going to, okay, so I'm going to put it down in my little corner, bring my machine on over, and I think as part of a do's and don'ts, this is a key element to making this set easy for you, is to have a master set that you can go back to at any time. You can be sitting there while you are watching TV with this master set of doodles and start building little pieces. And when you've got it done, when you've got the embellishment, maybe you make a snowman, or maybe you make an Easter bunny, or maybe you make a 4-leaf clover. Once you've made it, then you get to turn it over and you have little recipe cards. Just little recipe cards. 4-leaf clover. I need 2 number 12s, 1 number 4, 1 number 2. I don't know if that's the recipe. I'm sure it's not. But that tells you what you need so that you don't ever have to fussy with it again. You wanna Easter bunny? You go to your Infinite Doodles little stack of recipes, you go to Easter Bunny, and there is your recipe that you put together. Now somebody else may see an Easter Bunny completely different, and they may have another way of doing an Easter Bunny. And oh my gosh, I'm just now thinking of this. Why would we not share our recipes on the Scrapbooking Made Simple, the Stacy's Peeps page on Facebook? Why would we not share our recipes? Hello, isn't that what you do? Unless you have this really, really good recipe for some fabulous like scalloped potatoes or something, then you keep that to yourself. But why? My Easter bunny might be different than your Easter bunny, and my flower might be different than your flower. We're going to see things differently because as we look in the clouds, the wind blows and the clouds shift and change, and you will see it differently than me. What if we shared our recipes on our Facebook page for the SMF Peeps Facebook page? I think that's an amazing, it just literally came to me. Can you see like smoke coming out? Like, why didn't I think of that before? Absolutely we should, because nobody's going to see the same thing exactly the same way. And that is creativity. That is creativity. That is expression and uniqueness and then the opportunity to share that. Okay, I like my idea. We're going with that. So if you get Infinite Doodles and you start making recipes, you need to share them. I am not a wonderful cook. I can cook, and what I cook well, but I'd rather share this recipe than... Okay, so I'm gonna send this on through. And I'm gonna bring it on back. And I am on a precision base plate. And let's see if we got it to cut all the way through. Sure did. So with this die, all of these little pieces are gonna come out, which can be used. And then here's what's left behind. Now it's up to you if you decide you want to trim it out just so you have the actual die cut. So if you want it all the way out, you trim it out yourself. Or you can leave it in the paper as an embellishment, as a part of a background, and then you have all of these pieces. And I would take these and I would put these all into their own baggie. Just a little baggie, because this is easy. You've only got 4 of these. These I don't need to write on the back of. I've only got 4 of them to play with, so easy peasy. Now I've gone ahead, and when I say I mean, well, it was a joint effort by just about everybody here at the shop to make a full set ready to go. Nope, sorry, wrong way. A full set ready to go. So I have an entire set of Infinite Doodles. I'm going to put these off to the side. I have an entire set of Infinite Doodles that has already been die cut out. And you're like, well, what's the postie for? Wait. So all of them have been numbered in the back. Let me go on in a little further. And I can turn them over and lay them out. So that they are my clouds in the sky. Now you're on an airplane, or you're on a train, or you're on a boat. You take your Infinite Doodles and you, while you're sitting there, have your little notepad, your spiral notepad next to you that has a cute little Infinite Doodles label on the front, recipe cards. And you start to play. Each of these shapes has purpose. Each of these shapes has meaning. And they all started as basic shapes and then evolved into something else. All drawing really does start with very basic shapes, and then you take from those basic squares, circles, triangles, rectangles, and you add to them. You round them out. You squiggle them to get where you want to go. But really, everything does start in a very basic type of format. And now I have all of these where I can sit back and say, gosh, I wonder what they look like. What can I make from them? And what Pete did is he's done like a little cheat sheet where he's got some of his Infinite Doodles, but he wanted you to really see. Make sure I've got it faced. Nope. There we go. He wanted you to see how one shape, see this one shape? It's the same shape used again and again and again. How that one shape can turn into so many different things. It's the body of the elf. It's the snowman's beard. It's our cup of tea. It's our ice cream cone. It's our rainbow. How one shape It's our part of our dragon. One shape can change everything. How just taking a single shape and looking at it differently can become the basis for so much more. He did it with this one too. Here we have basic shapes. He wrote on the back of that one. Basic shapes. Basic shapes. But when you superimpose it right on top of let's see, is it this way, that way, that way? There's only oh, there we go. There's only so many ways it can go. You superimpose it right on top. All of a sudden, that basic shape becomes the tree in the back of the truck. It becomes the trunk of your palm tree. It becomes your slice of pizza. It becomes the body of your dinosaur. It becomes the body and the wings of your angel. It becomes the body of your lion or the cone to your ice cream cone. One shape. Look at how cute it is as the body of your dad buying his Christmas presents. So then you get the opportunity to sit and go, what do I want to make with these? And having them all in a black or a monochromatic, just a single color, helps you focus more on what can be done. And then you take them. Now I have a recipe card for you. I have a recipe card so that you're able to start right away with 3 cards, making 3 different types of cards. And that's going to help you kind of figure out, oh, I see it. So the unicorn takes a 36. Well, the unicorn's body is a 36. And I come here and I say, oh, 36, that's the medium. That's the medium. Is that my medium? No, it's my large, but I could make it my large. So, well, there's my, oh, it is. I want my 36, so I'm going to look for my 36. Yep, here's my 36. But I also could do it with the bigger one. I think I am. So I know I need a 36. And then I know that I need a 24. And I come back here and I say, okay, what does my 24 look like? And I look for my 24. And 24 is right here. So I'm looking for a shape like this. And I can come here and go, is this my 24? It is, look at that. So I know I've got my 24. Then I come back and I say, what other shapes do I need? I need a 30. So let's see, what does 30 look like? 30 almost looks like a little tiny heart right there. So let's find that little tiny heart. It's right there. Turn it over. Oh, that one says 43. Am I reading that right? Oh, I want to say that that's a 30. Where's a 43? Oh, 43 and 30 look very similar. Well, I'm going to use a 43 because I think a 43 or a 30 would work. And then let's see, I need a 41 and a 6. So my 41 is right here. There's my 41. And there's my 41. Turn it over. Yep, 41. And I need a 6. And I think my 6 is here. Yep, there's my 6. And what else does he want me to use? He wants me to use a 53, 51, 55, 48. Is this a 53? That's my 53. And what else does he want me to use? I need my neck, which is going to be a 7, and my little I, which is going to be a 47. So now I just look for that looks like my little whoop, which is a 47. Ha, I don't see my 47. Reason being, my 47s are right here. My 59s are right there. You're like, what do you mean your 47s are there? Well, see, die number 47 has multiples on it. See how it has multiples? And my 59 has multiples on it. So the easiest way for us to do it was to get a Post-it note. And they're actually attached to the Post-it on the Post-it note. That way I can pull them off and put them back down. And pull them off and put them back down. So what did it say I needed? I needed a 47. So gosh, almost anything from 47 would work. Let's take that one. This one, let's take that one from 47. Here's my 59s. See, here's the Post-it note part of it, all on my Post-it note so I can keep track. Here are the little tiny ones where it's just as easy to just put them on a Post-it note. All right, so let's see what I've got. Let me see if I've got everything I need. I need 3. I need number 3. So let's see, number 3 looks like, number 3 kind of looks like almost like a little paisley. So let's find my little paisley and see if it says number 3 on the back of it. Here it is. So you can see by numbering them, you're not guessing, do you have the right one? And I need, so 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, well, isn't that clever of him? 53, 30, 24, 6, 41, 6. All right, I think I'm going to try and put something together. So I'm going to move these off to the side. I might need them. I might have forgotten one, but I've got my master set to use. In fact, I'm just going to push them. I'm going to put these. I'm going to put these up here for a little bit and push my master set off just in case it turns out that I forgot something. All right, I'm going to push them off to the side. Keep them out. That way if I miss something, I can go find it. And let's see. These are the ones I need to make my unicorn. Now I'm not going to do a black unicorn, just all in black paper. What fun is that? Oh, this air conditioning is really... I think I need them to turn down the air. So I've got all of these shapes and I can turn them all over and just have my numbers showing. Now I use some different numbers because they look kind of the same. And like I said, everybody's is going to be a little different. And I'm going to move these right up top. Right across the top. Let me see if I can go down just a little bit. I'm just going to move them right across the top of my craft mat. And then I'm going to pull some pretty paper out. And I'm going to look at my recipe card. And I'm going to say, okay, that big one, number 35, I'm going to start with that one. That's the body of my unicorn. 35. Grab my 35. Of course, I did say I could use 35 or 36. I'm going to use the big one. And I'm going to grab some paper. And I think for a unicorn, I think the mystical paper is the best. So what if I did... What if I did his body in white? So I'm going to grab some of this white mystical paper. This is Mystical Opulent. It's fun. It has, 5 different finishes, all specialty, from ombre glitter to ombre glitter gloss to a white glitter gloss to holographic. This is by Sizzix. It's an amazing pack of paper, and it has coordinating cardstock to go with, so that everything matches. Love this paper. I mean, doesn't this just scream unicorn, right? So I'm going to cut myself a little bit of this. I certainly don't need too much. And I'm going to look at my recipe, and I'm going to say, okay, I need 35 in white, and I need 24 in white. So 24 is here. So I'm going to find that here again. 24 is right there. 24 in white. And I need number 3 in white and number 7 in white. So I'm going to grab, because I need my neck, I'm going to grab my number 7. And I'm going to grab my number 3. And number 3 I'm going to need, it says I need 4 of, well, because he's got 4 legs. And I'm going to roll these through. I'm going to make sure I leave enough room that I can get 4 of my number 7s through. All right, let's bring over my machine. Now, do I need to use a precision base plate this time? Probably not. Probably not, because I am not using an adhesive on the back of this. I could probably get away with just using my regular platform and a regular cut plate. If I was going to put adhesive on the back of this paper so that I could pull them out. Ooh, let me go back. We're way too close. Back up. Okay, so I took my precision base plate out because, again, these are not intricate dies, and I don't have any adhesive on the back of them. There's nothing on the back of them. If I were to put a piece of Stacy tape to make this a sticker, then yeah, I probably would need a precision base plate. And we can certainly try it both ways. Nope. So now I've made it a sticker, and I'm just going to trim off the extra sticky so it doesn't stick to my plate. Okay, so now I've made it a sticker. Now I will use my precision base plate, because now I'm asking it to go through a coated paper. I'm asking it to go through adhesive. So we will bring our precision base plate back and try that way, and then we'll try it without. So my paper, and then 1, 2, 3, and remember I gotta get 4 legs out of there, so make sure you got plenty of space, which it looks like I do. And then I'm going to roll it on through. So is it worth taking the time in the beginning to make a master set? I think you will find that it is, because once you've made it, then you have the opportunity to really sit back and play. So here are all my pieces, stickers already made. And then I can come back and lay them right on top. So they find their home. But I need 3 more of these little dudes. So I'm going to run those through really fast. Make it so I've got plenty of room. And let's run it through. Okay, 1. Pull them out. So that's 2, 3, send them through, send them back, go all the way up, all the way back. That's 3 little legs. Take my tweezers, pop them right out. And 4. So I don't know, I may want to do something else, so I left myself some room just in case I decide to do something else. If I add something to him or her. All right. So now I've got all my white bits to make my unicorn. And I'm going to put them off to the side. And I think I am going to bring back my 35 and my 7 and my 24. And what else did I need? I think those were the 4. And I'm going to do it in another color paper. And this time I'm not going to put any adhesive on the back. I'm just going to do it as paper, and I'm not going to use the precision base plate. So let's come in and maybe we make him, well, let's use a piece of opulent paper so that it's apples to apples. Let's use something that's opulent. How about we give him a little bit of purple? And we'll make his body kind of a purpley pink. And I think that's enough paper. It's about what we used the first time. So I'll keep my shapes. Now I've got my white body sitting right here. I'm going to move my little guys over there. And let's do a wash, rinse, and repeat, only in different colors. So I need one of these. Oh, and I want to take my precision base plate off because I don't have any adhesive on the back of my opulent paper. So we're going to see how it cuts without adhesive on the back and not using the precision base plate. I've got one of these. I need one of those, and then I need 4 of these. So let's cut it and see what happens. No precision base plate, no adhesive. I'm just going to slide it on up so I don't have to roll all the way through. I only have to roll as far as the die goes. In fact, I can move this die up here. Now I only have to roll to the end of my paper. And let's see what happens. There's my second body, and my second neck is right here. And my first leg is right here. And it cut just fine because I don't have the adhesive back. I don't have to use my precision base plate. Now I do need 3 more legs. So I can put these guys away for sure now because I've got them all done. And I know that this one's 35 because here's my master die. I know that one's 35. There's no guessing. I can put 35 back. And I know this is 7 because here's my master die. And it says 7 on the back. And I can put 7 away. And I know that this is 24 because it fits my 24 die. And I can put this one away. A little extra work in the beginning certainly makes things a lot easier when you get to play. Now it really does become play day because you've sat with these. In fact, I think I might just put some of these, I might just put them back in the, I think I'm going to take my masters and put them back. So you've played with these, you've sat down, you are watching Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy or I don't know, right now we just finished watching Castle. We're all done with Castle. I don't know what we're going to start watching next. We've never watched Monk. So maybe we go back and we watch all the seasons of Monk. And as I'm sitting there watching Monk, I can have these out on my table and I can just let my imagination go crazy. Can you imagine just cutting a whole bunch of all of this and throwing it down on a little craft table for the kids and letting them build their own monsters and their own little doggies and kitty cats and raccoons and owls and well, you know, that's how Forky came to be. She saw it one way. So I'm going to put them all back in there. And I need more of, I don't need it. I can put my number 3 back there because these are the ones I still need. So I need 3 more number 3s. I'll push those to the side. And again, teaching is going to take longer than doing. If you were doing this at home, you would be done putting him together. But I need to explain to you and show you how to make it useful and easy and friendly so that when you sit down to do it, you're like, oh, I got this. I saw exactly how I'm supposed to use these. And maybe for you, you don't use black paper. Maybe you use red paper or blue paper or green paper. Whatever it is to make your master set with. That will help you start putting the shapes together and having that little dollar book from the Dollar Tree, a little spiral book that says Infinite Doodles recipe cards. And as you make your individual little embellishments, you flip them over and you write down the recipe. And then you have it forever, and then you share it with all of us, and we'll share with you all that we've got. And it becomes its own little, almost like a little trading club. Its own little community of makers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll give me my 4 little legs. And then we'll move on to the next pieces that we need. I need 1, 2, 3, it looks like 5 more pieces. And I could, in fact, maybe with those, maybe I'll run them all through at the exact same time. I've got this big platform here. There's no reason why I can't. So I had to run this one through 4 times because I only have it, I only have 1 die. Okay. Don't lose that little guy, that's 47. All right, so I'm gonna put him back. And now I'm gonna look and see on my recipe card. And I can put 36 back because I'm good. So now I've got his little unicorn, the little unicorn actual horn. I think I'm gonna do out of a little tiny piece of holographic. Ooh, doesn't that look like a unicorn horn? I think so too. So I'm gonna do that out of holographic. So I know that's gonna go for this. And then I have, and I'll do that twice, then I have the little, they said 30, but gosh, this one's a little bit bigger. It's 43, but the same shape. And what if we do that one out of, for the white one, we'll do that out of some of this. Oh, I could have just used this. Okay. So there's that. And then I need the little eye, which I'm gonna do in black, but I'm not gonna give up my master. I'm gonna have to redo it in black, do another one in black. So I'm gonna grab a piece of, we'll see if I can get it out of a piece with adhesive on it. I'm gonna do that in black. And then his tail. Maybe I do this tail right there. And then the squiggly, I need 2 squigglies. This is 6, and I need 2 squigglies. So what if I do a squiggly out of light and a squiggly out of dark? Think I can get that squiggly to fit? I think I'm gonna make that squiggly fit. So 2 squigglies. And I think, am I good? All right, let's try it. So I'm gonna put all of those pieces on at once. I'm gonna bring my die over, and there's no adhesive on the back. So I'm gonna grab this one, and this is my die number 53. Come over, find my die number 53, Bam, right there. And put him right there. And I'm going to cut that twice because I have 2 unicorns. So there's die number 53. And then I need die number 43. Die number 43 right there. I guess I have to cut everything twice because I've got 2 unicorns. And there's that. And then I have die number 41. Die number 41 right there. Die number 41 right there. And then I have squiggly die, which is die number 6. Or, yeah, 6. It's the one I know by heart. And I'm going to horseshoe him on here. Like that. And the last one I need is that little teeny tiny right here. I'm going to cut a bigger piece of paper. Then I get all of them. Let's hope they come out. All right. So I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one. I don't know, we'll see. Time will tell. And my top, well, that was my top plate. So let's move it down. Okay, let's try. Now, if I was using cardstock, I might be able to get 2 pieces through at the same time. Double them up and cut 2 pieces of everything at the exact same time. But I am using opulent. So my first one that I'm going to be questioning is this one. Oh, yeah, it looks like they cut out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, now I have options. I absolutely have options. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. There we go, which means I can put now my little 47. Because I've got enough to do both of them. And put my little 47 away. 47's getting put away. And I can take my 47 die and put it away. And then we have my die number 6. Which I need to use a second time, but I've got it once. And gosh, I wonder if this would have cut through 2 pieces. It cut through this perfectly. My 41, I need another one. Now I only need 2 because I have 2 bodies, so I did it in 2 different colors. So we might as well make more than one. Oh, you came out. Okay. Whoop. And my little horn, which I'm just going to cut a whole nother piece out to get 2. There we go. I'm just going to do it again because I like that color for the horn. And then I did those purples for the white body, but I've got the purple body. So what color should I do? Maybe I should do the white and the kind of the greeny. So I need another one of these. of these. And I need one of those. And I need one of these. I don't know, we'll see. Close it up. Send it on through. Now, if I read my recipe right, I should have everything to make 2. But again, I'm not a big cook, so okay. So I've got 2 of those now, and I can put my 53 die away. 53 goes right there. And I can put my 53 black master guy away. And then my 41 is right here. And right there, so now I've got my 41. Goes there, that goes there, and I can put my 41 away. Right on my master sheet, and I can put my 41 away there. And then my 6, the one I know by heart, is here. And my 6 is here. And this one I made a 43. Goes there, there, so my 6 and my 43 can now go back into my master. So now I should have everything cut for 2. And again, I'm teaching. So it takes a longer time to teach and do than it takes just to do. And we'll see. We'll see how if I read my directions properly. So I would start with a body. And then I would add my neck. And then I would add my little head. Can you see him starting to come together? And then I've got my 42. Is this my 42? Did I need 42 twice? No, I needed a 42 and a 43. Here's my 43. Nope, he's got to go this way. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm going to recut him. And I've got my little horn. And I've got my front of my horn. And I've got my number 6 that would go there. And I've got my legs. That will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm getting there. He's starting to come together. Can you see him? He's starting to come together. And then one of my little eyes. Just kind of depends upon which one I want to use. I've got a bunch of them. Tweezers. Tweezers would be helpful. My little eye. I am missing a piece. I am missing 43. Did I not cut 43? Let's take a look and see what 43 looks like. 42. I did 43. Oh, it's 41. Wait a minute. 41. So did I need 41 twice? 41 and a 42. Maybe I didn't cut. So I needed a 41 and a 42. So this one, my 41, is actually supposed to go. My 41 is supposed to go there. And then a 42 here. Okay, good to know. So I have to cut my 41s and my 42s again. Yep, because it's going the wrong way. Okay, well, what if we just cut them out of cardstock? And then I can come back and build them. $41 and $42. And I'm going to do it out of cardstock so we can do 2 at a time. Let's go back. I won't need my precision base plate because I don't have anything on the bottom. And I'm just going to do it out of cardstock. I can do 2 different colors. I can do that purple. And I can do a pink. And get both of them done at the exact same time. So recipe cards, super helpful. Having all your shapes as a master so that when you're sitting at home playing, you can start building to what you see. Some people will look at these and say, oh my gosh, I see waves rolling. And some people are gonna say, wait, I see a palm tree. And somebody else is gonna say, wait, I see a sailboat. And you all are right. There we go. Out of cardstock, you can cut several at a time. I got 2 of everything out of here. So now let's see if I've got everything. I'm going to take everything that doesn't have a sticky back, because remember, I didn't do everything with a sticky back. I did the white pieces. So I'm going to take those white pieces. I don't need to make them adhesive anymore. They're already done. But everything else needs to have adhesive put on them. And how am I going to do that? The easiest, fastest possible way is going to be with sticky dots. So I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I've got this going the right direction. It needs to go this way and that way. So I'm going to put him down here. Let's find my sticky dots. Sticky dots are hundreds of thousands of little micro dots. Literally hundreds of thousands of them. On one side of your paper, sticky. The other side, it's just a liner. And if you find that if it's humid where you are, you may need to wipe some of your sticky dots off. There may be transfer where it's gone to your top sheet. Just wipe them right off and then it won't transfer on. So I'm going to put these down. I just want to make sure I've got them going in the right direction. So this one needs to go that way. And this one needs to go that way. And then his mane needs to go that way. And his mane needs to go that way. And then the little squiggly number 6 is there. And I needed 2 of them. So now I have 2 of them. has a little body. The neck can go there, and the body, and the head, and the horns, and the little feet. And I'm just going to get all of these ready with adhesive. And I'm just filling up all the space on my sticky dots. Okay, I don't need those. And I need the little eyes. Oh, the little eyes already have adhesive on them. I did those out of tape. Stacy tape on the back of them, so my little eyes don't need them. Okay, little eyes are good. All right, let's put it on down and let's get all of that adhesive transferred. And then I can start building them. So what if we took a piece of maybe the dark pink? The dark pink and maybe a piece of, I don't know, maybe the dark purple. So I can start with that, and then maybe I do like those zigzags. And maybe I do those zigzags in do I want them out of the holographic? Maybe out of just the plain glittery. I don't know, let's see. We'll see if it's gonna cut through both, but I'm gonna do some zigzags. And bring that over. Now that I'm rocking and rolling, I'm rocking and rolling. We'll see if it'll cut through both without the precision base plate. That way you know ahead of time whether you can or you can't, and you don't waste your paper. Tighter roll, definitely. Send it around, bring it back, and let's see if we got it done. See, no, on this one we didn't. Top one, yes. Ooh, look at that. So I got all of these from the top, but the bottom, it didn't cut all the way through. So let's see if I can reline it up. I'm just going to try it again. Worst case scenario, I can't use it the way it is, so I might as well just see if I can line it up and roll it through and see if it'll not double cut. So I kind of clicked it into place. Worst case, I get double cuts. Send it through. Let's see what we get. Oh, they didn't double cut. So I've got those to use. I can put this one back on my storage. I can bring over my sticky dots. I can just throw a whole bunch of these down and then pull off what I want when I want to use them. I could just leave them on here. Definitely sticky. You think that'll give me enough to play with? I'm just gonna get them all the way around. All right, let's see if that's enough to play with. Let's bring this back on over. So, if I go kind of like this, and maybe like this, and maybe like this, and like that. I'm not sure this is where I'm going to place them. I'm just kind of putting them down because they're sticky dots. You can reposition them until you find a happy home for them. I don't know, kind of like a hodgepodge. And then I can take, and if I do this guy, I bring over my recipe card, and all I have to do is look at my picture. All I have to do is look at my picture. So Pete has got 1 billion of these available to look at. So if I lay that down there, I don't want to put it all the way down because I want an opportunity to move things around. This one's already got sticky dots on it, or it's already got adhesive on it. So I can take that and kind of tuck that underneath there. And I'm just following my example, or as close to it as I can. So that's now liner. I think I'm going to pull that way up because he's got it way high. So if I put it way higher, maybe move his whole body down. And put that there. And this one here. And then his neck. How long do I want to make his neck? He's not a giraffe, he's a unicorn. Maybe even less. Let's cut a little bit of that off. Have his neck a little bit less. Shoop. Oh, there we go. That's good. And then we've got his head. I think I like it with the sticky dots better. I think it's a little easier for me with just the sticky dots. His head's gonna go here. And then his little eye. Well, let's do the little heart piece. So I've got one here. And that's gonna kind of go this way. And then his little horn is gonna go right under this way. Oh, he's coming out so cute. He's coming out cute. So cute. Love him. And then I've got his little eye that I need to do. And because that was on a single metal piece, I got a bunch of little eyes, so I can pick and choose the one I want. Just gotta get the adhesive off the back. All right, let's try a different one. Let's try this one, see if I get the adhesive off the back. Yeah, see, this is where maybe the sticky dots might have been a little easier than trying to get the liner off this tiny little guy. Nope, I'm going to just use sticky dots. That's going to be just easier. Sticky dot. Little eye. Oh yeah, sticky dots. Much easier. Much easier. And then what else do I have to do? So I've got then his little mane. And I've got a little mane here. Just gonna go this way. And all I'm doing is monkey see, monkey do. All I'm doing is monkey see, monkey do. And then on his little mane, we've got the little zigzaggy. And looks like he trimmed the zigzaggy down. So I'll trim the zigzaggy down. Zoop. And I'm just going to place them right on there. Done. And then I've got the tail, which is here. I'm going to put that there. And then I need another number. Oh, I needed 4 number 6s. Shoop. And then 2 more feet. So I've decided after doing this that while I can use Stacy tape, It is easier to use. It is easier to use the sticky dots. You have more control over the sticky dots. I feel like this one's just too big. But, oh, maybe it's because I made my neck smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's cute. And then give it a press. I did it. But I have all these other pieces. Do I dare put another one together? You're like, Ikes, I don't know. I have all of these other pieces to use. Well, let's finish him as something. And I like Pete's idea. He cut the little feet, so I'm going to cut these off. I think I'll just make one. So I'm going to take those little I think those were number 7s, and I'm going to cut those cut the little tops off of them and use my tweezers. And I'm going to make them into little hooves. Oh yeah, look at how cute. Look how cute. See, I just added that little, yeah, I'm going to do that with all of these. And then if I decide to make another one, I'll cut some in white. Definitely like the sticky dots better. Much more flexibility. Much easier to put them together. No goobers. My fingers are sticky. Get the sticky dots off my fingers. No goobers to play around with. I'm not going to throw these away, because if I decide to do another one, I'll just cut another one out of white and just do the reverse. Stick those right on top of the white, and then it'll have a white hoof. Oh my gosh, Pete. These are absolutely darling. And I think once you get the hang of it, once you make that master set, it just changes everything. Because then you get to sit on your time. In fact, I don't think I like this one. I'm going to pull this one off. I'm going to leave that one there. But I think I'm going to pull that one off. Oh, it's the only one I've got. Well, darn it, then I guess I'm going to stick with it. I thought maybe I had another color, but I'm not crazy about that. It's not the right color. Well, I'm changing what he did. And I'm just going to make it my own. No, can I get this in there? It can go this way. No, I think I'm going to stick with what he did. Oh, but I have this that I didn't use yet. That's cute for his little tail. And then maybe if I put this one over the top of it, I'll like it better. Okay, now I like his tail a little bit better. I'm going to get rid of that little curly Q right there. I'm just going to put it right in there. Nope, I think I'm going to snip that little curly Q off. And just go. Shoop. And I'm making changes. Because I can, I'm playing with it. I have the opportunity to change it and make it, and that's where the creativity comes in. So I took something that Pete started, but I changed it to my own. Oh, he's so cute. Look at how cute he is. Put them all down. And now all of those little sticky dots are going to cement into place. And maybe I put him on there. Do I like that? I like it on the pink. Right? So what if I set them down on the pink? I still have some, yeah, I still have some of these. I could take some of these. And use these somewhere on the pink. I could put these there and then cut that one. And then put this one up here. And then cut that one. And just fill in a little bit of that empty space. And then maybe this one up here. That one down there. And just fill in some of that empty space. And then use my pink. And let's cement that down. That I'll use some Stacy tape for. So I changed them up a little bit. And I still have enough to make one more. And yes, I only made one sample in our time. But once you get rolling with them, the longest part of it is making that master set. But that master set is what makes everything else possible. And by having the dies on a magnetic storage so that you don't lose them, they don't move around, they don't fall off. A way for you to keep track of them, and all numbered so that when you make your recipes, they are numbered out. And yes, we did it for these too. I mean, I've got here's my masters of that zigzaggy one. I've put them, we did a master of the zigzag and then of the cut out piece. And here it is. So if I was doing this, here's my master ready to go to be put in a little baggie so that you can lay them out and decide what you want before you cut your paper. We did all 4 of them as masters. So here's the back. Here's all the little doodads that fall out. Now you may never use all those little doodads, but we saved them on our master. Here, there. And in his samples that I have for you, here, with all the little extra pieces. So these stay, these are forever your masters. And they stay right with this one, which is all the numbers that you did, so that you lay them out and you play. It's about taking a look up in the sky and seeing what you see. And then putting it down in paper. You've got this. Out of things that look like this. And we're going to help. We're gonna give you the recipe to do three different designs: the bunnies, the little unicorn, and even a winter. That way, when you put these 3 together, it's like there's a moment that clicks. It absolutely clicks, and then it's like, I get it, I got it, oh my gosh. But the foundation of everything, the foundation of this had to start. The do's and the don'ts. Don't just randomly cut a bunch of different shapes out of a bunch of different colors unless you have that artistic capability. You have that artistic capability of being able to see what most people can't. Take them, spend the probably hour in front of the TV because you're not creating anything. You're literally just cutting and numbering. And give yourself the opportunity to spread them out and say, what could these be? Let your imagination go wild. Start with a body. Start with a body. Start with your basic main shape and go, oh, I see a body there. And gosh, here's a cute little head. Maybe I want my head a little bit bigger. There's a cute little head there. I've got the startings of a monster, of a dragon, or I've got the startings of or I can put it this way. Look, I've got the beginnings of my dinosaur. And I could he could have a spot on him. You know, a big spot, so I can take and put a big spot on him. And then maybe I need some legs for him. What do I see as his legs? Or do I want him to have, maybe I want him to have the zigzaggy back. Now he's got that zigzaggy back going on. Let me move him forward. And I am able to take these and just start seeing things that weren't there a minute ago. Maybe I want him to have more of an elongated face. Oh, yeah, I love that. That's super cute. So I can tell you that I love that right there. And then I could take my zigzaggy and put it there, going down the back. Or maybe I like my cute little bumpy. And I have him bumpy down the back. Or maybe I say, I don't want to do a dinosaur at all. Maybe I want to do something completely different. Well, then you start to see things in a different way. Maybe now this is a boat. And maybe this is a boat. And maybe they're sailing across the water. And I cut a couple of these, and maybe I've got a little bit of a wave going on. Well, too big of a wave. I need smaller waves. Maybe I've got some, there, maybe I've got some waves going on, and I cut myself a bunch of waves. And then maybe I have a sun going on or some mountains in the back. Here's my sailboats, the beginnings of my sailboats. It's all about what you see. And there's the sail. There's the sail, there's the boat. It's all about what you see. And then once you've got it designed out, oh yeah, I see, but my gosh, that's a hat. Now that I do it this way, well, do I like that maybe as a hat better? And maybe I am making a cute little witch's hat, and there's her face. And now I've got my witch's hat. Oh my gosh, it just keeps evolving. You think you're starting with one thing, and the next thing you know, you turn it in a completely different direction, and you've got something different. And I put my little across her hat and cut them down to size. The possibilities are endless. They are infinite. It is true. These are the foundational shapes that are used in art, where you start with circles and squares and triangles, and all of a sudden you've created, you've flushed out, you've created out a whole complete image. And having a foundational start is always the best place to start. I love my little guy. And now that I know how to do him, easy peasy. And maybe you just make a whole bunch of these. Maybe this is your recipe card, and then you write right on the back what you did, and you get a little ring and you put a little hole in it, and you make a bunch of these so that you can see your finished sample. It's just as easy to cut two as it is to cut one. Make one for your recipe card, put the recipe on the back of it, and now you've got a finished sample to remind you exactly how it's done. When a die gives you so much opportunity, that's a value. That's a value. That's when you say, okay, it's worth my money because I can do just about anything I can dream of. Anything that I can think of is doable. That's a valuable commodity. You can't say that about everything. But with this, I would be hard pressed to think of something that can't be done. And if you go to the Scrapbooking Made Simple Facebook page for SMS peeps, you can share your recipes and let's create our own little infinite doodle community on Scrapbooking Made Simple's Facebook page. I think that that's an amazing idea. I think we should create our own little community. And you start here. And we give you the tools to keep everything organized and neat and in order. And we give you a few little cards to start with, a few little recipes. Now I changed mine. I did mine different than his. Okay, I think mine's every bit as cute. A little different. I'm happy with it. And we give you the dies. So the bundle, again, the bundle has the 2 dies. The bundle has the storage. You actually get an extra magnetic sheet and an extra envelope because there's only 2 die sets. So you only need 2 magnetics and 2 envelopes. We give you the labels to put on them. It's all part of the I Want It All bundle. And then you decide whether you want to take and add to it. We've got the one bundle that has the storage unit from Sizzix. Let me go back just a little bit. One bundle that has the storage unit. It's a little bit more money because you're getting the storage unit, and the other bundle does not. You'll get the dies, you'll get the labels, you'll get the magnetic sheets, you'll get the envelopes, you'll get everybody's gonna get, even if you just buy the dies, we're still gonna give you the recipe card, absolutely. So the do's and don'ts are important. Don't just throw them into a bag. Use the storage that's available. We're going to sell the storage separately. If you buy the storage, we're going to get, I guess no matter what, we'll give you, if you buy the storage, you need this. So even if you just buy the storage, well, I guess if you buy the dies, you'll need that. I don't know. We're going to figure it out so that everybody gets what they're going to need. Maybe we just include these. If you buy the storage, we include them. If you buy the dies, we include them. We will figure it out. But if you buy the bundles, for sure you're going to get these. And that is the best value. And it does give you the opportunity to really keep track of everything that you own. It lets you see them differently. It lets you take them, and because we have numbered them for you, you don't have to guess. You don't have to go, okay, number 1, number 2, and try to number all these pieces by yourself. It's all on that label. All you have to do is cut it, number it, save it, design with it, puzzle piece with it, look up to the clouds with it. Where's your inspiration coming from? Or what are you trying to, do you want a cute little elf? Do you want a 4-leaf clover? Do you want an Easter bunny? Do you want cute little hearts? Do you want pizza? Do you want a burger and fries? Wait till you see the samples. It is all achievable. And we have taken pictures of many, many of the samples, oodles of the samples, so that you can download them off of our site. I think so you've got the 2 bundles, one with storage, one without. You've got the open stock. We'll go ahead and we will put the opulent paper that I used, both the cardstock and the mystical cardstock and the mystical opulent will go on sale. And then I grabbed some card bases that went with the opulent, and we'll do the card bases too. So I thought these just really went well with the opulent, or with the mystical. So let me grab that. So I've got the mystical cardstock, where you get 10 colors. I think you get 4 sheets each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 sheets each. 6 sheets of the mystical cardstock, which is what I used for here. But I also used the mystical opulent, where it's all that specialty paper. Ooh, pretty. And these 2 are meant to coordinate. And you can see how nicely they do. I'm gonna straighten him out. Straighten him out. Okay, see, this is the 55-year-old next to the 4-year-old who's like, look, I made a unicorn unicorn, and maybe the unicorn is the gumdrop, the head, and the horn. That could be their unicorn, and for a 4-year-old, that's enough. And when you're using the sticky dots, there's no mess. No mess. You can lay all the pieces out and you can give them the sticky dots. And look, these are still good. I haven't even used these. As long as they stay on there, they don't go bad. I'll be able to pull them off at any time. So these will be on sale. The card bases will be on sale. And then the Hughes Infinite Doodles, number 1 and number 2. But the samples are where you're going to go, oh my gosh. So I do have the 3 samples that are on the recipe card. So I do have those 3 samples, and you'll get a full color copy of that recipe card. There's that background. Cute, right? Look at, isn't that darling? It looks like Whoville. But then look at this guy. Is he not the cutest ever? And there's that background again where they die cut it from the circle. And look at our, gosh, I think that's the head. I think that's the face. Okay, so here I used it as his face, and here we're using it as a bunny ear. See? Here is the smaller gumdrop. Here's the bigger gumdrop. So I have all the cards will be online for you to look at, but then the samples are they're amazing. You're like, how can we beat the samples already? Well, when you see how many samples I have for you, they really are amazing. Hot stuff. You've got the background. Look how cute is that? Hot stuff. What's up? Fabulous. So all this was done with Infinite Doodles 1 and 2. Look at, he made a moon. Fabulous. All of this was made using those 2 die sets. The sentiments are from here, there, and everywhere. Some are Sizzix. Some might be rub-ons. I'm thinking that's a Sizzix stamp set. Maybe they all are Sizzix stamp sets. Could be. Look at the little snowfall coming down. Here's that big. I was using this as the body for the dinosaur. Toil and trouble, you've got your cauldron bubbling on up. Again, everything I'm showing you was we only used the 2 die sets. The circle, okay, the circle's extra. It was made using the 2 die sets. Background from Infinite Doodles 2 and our Rudolph from Infinite Doodles 1. You download these, you take a look at them, you figure out what each element is, because you will have them on that magnetic sheet where you can figure it out, or you can change it up a little bit like I did. Fabulous, right? Amazing. So if you have this sitting right next to you, you download the image. Sitting right next to you, you take your dies and you figure out what's what. Oh, see, and look at his little collar is just part of that little strip. Oh, you take little bits and pieces and snip it to what you want it to be. Look at how, so you've got the leg right there and snipped off, it looks like. Look at the packages. So pretty. So he put that in, he used the Doodles number 2 to do the negative so that you have the little decor in the cup. This is number 6. I know this one. That's number 6, and that's number 6. Number 6 is a useful die. Gosh, it might be. And see, look at, here's number 6, and there's number 6. 2 of them together made a wonky bow. I know, mine. Oh, wait. How many times can Stacy say, drinking game, how many times can we find a number 6 on a card? How many times can we find a number 6? Look at. Let's be frank. You're old. Exercise? I thought you said extra slice. You're like, how did they get the little pepperonis to have 2 colors? They used Doodles number 2. They used this one. And then cut their little circles so that their pepperonis have really smart, huh? Oh, here's a number 6. Right there. Said every time Stacy finds a number 6, you should take a drink of non-alcoholic beverage. Isn't he darling? Oh, I'm only halfway done with samples. Chill, it's your birthday. And look at this. So using that number 2 allows you to have a layering look to it, because it puts the openings so that when you shadow it behind it with a solid piece, you've got that layering look to it. And I found another number 6. Wait, there's more. Oh my gosh, there's so much more. Look, isn't that so cute? Exercise? I thought you said extra fries. Oh, that's totally me. Must have coffee. These are just darling. And it's just a big cloud in the sky waiting for you. It's a little puzzle piece sitting in front of you for you to put together. It's not dictated. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's what you see. And if you don't see anything, then you have all of these samples to scrap lift. If you're like, I can't see it, Stacy, I can't see it. I hear you. Don't. Take these images and scrap lift. Pete did these for you. He wants you to enjoy them. He wanted to take this as far as he could. He did this so what comes innately to him will be easy for you. I do not have the talent Pete Hughes has. I can't necessarily see something and say, oh, I get it. I can put these together. My talent is that I know when a good design is a good design, or I know how to fix something. So I'm not so good about doing layouts. Like I don't do 12 by 12 layouts. They're hard for me. However, I can tell you when you show me your layout exactly what you need to add to it or what color you need to change to. I'm the queen of Monday morning quarterbacking. You finish something and I'll say, gosh, if we could just change this a little bit. And inevitably, Claire will look at me and she'll groan. She will do it, but she will groan and then she will come back and say, you were right. Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, are you even ready for this guy? Oh my gosh. I just think they're darling. And I'm still not through with samples. And it's all paper. There's no inking here. He just used Sizzix cardstock. You're a star, man. Oh, see? There's my body, there's my head. I would have gotten to the legs and the tail. Even the little eyes. Bat to the bone. You've got the moon going on behind him. Our little whimsical town. Aw, sorry I forgot your birthday. Aw. Let it snow, let it snow. Have a great birthday. Snappy birthday. Santa. Born in the 80s. Could we not have done one that said born in the 60s, Pete? That's your challenge. I want a card that says born in the 60s with a design on it. Don't worry, beer happy. Here comes Santa Claus. Now I haven't gotten to the best one yet, although these are pretty good. Look at the angel on the box. There's a number 6. I've got a couple gift bags. I don't know how we are going to display all of these around everywhere, but I know we're going to figure it out. He's so cute. This one is one of my favorites. This one is pretty darn good. Wow. But I honestly think the creme de la creme of everything I have shown you thus far has to be, without question, the alphabet. So I'm going to get up close so you can see how he did them. He used negatives. So this is like number 43. So number 43, number 46, but that's the negative space. Oh, there's a number 6. So he cut into, here's one of the 26 maybe, and he used another one, that shape to cut into it. This is got to be the creme de la creme. This is amazing. And yeah, you can do it. Oh, there's another number 6 and a number 6. And a number 6. Here we have Halloween. And here we have Christmas. So, Infinite Doodles 1, 59 shapes. Infinite Doodles 2, you get the insides, and you can cut for the entire die. So the insides, which he used a lot, and quite frankly, he uses these with these, layers them in to give all of this texture and layering capabilities, and they're amazing. But I really do believe everything comes back to starting with a foundational set that you cut yourself. Oh, see, there it is. There's the little. So I think these were Oh, this is like 36 and this is like 35. And then he used 23 and he cut 23 into the gumdrop to give the, I mean, that's just brilliant. But I do believe it starts with a foundation of cutting them yourself, numbering them yourself, whether you do it in black or white or you mix your colors, you give yourself a starting point. You give yourself a starting point so that you see what everything does. And we just used Post-it notes just to kind of put some of the doodads on the Post-it note. So you get an idea of how you can utilize these to the best of their ability. And then go visit the Sizzix YouTube page. Go visit the Sizzix. Well, you can visit our YouTube page. You can visit Scrapbooking Made Simple and look up these items, and we will have oodles of samples for you. And the bundles are up to you. I'm not sure how we're going to figure out how to get everybody what they need, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I think if you, maybe that's it. That's what we should do. That's what we'll do. If you buy this set, you get that label. If you buy this set, you get that label. No matter if that's all you do is buy that set, we're going to give you the label. But if you get the I Want It All bundle, then you'll get the storage, the envelopes, the sets, the labels, and then you can decide if you want the additional storage, which we've got for a smoking hot price, or you don't. We'll leave it up to you. Oh my goodness gracious, that was a lot, right? It was a lot. But it's a beautiful product made with thoughtfulness to creativity. It's my dad saying, let me paint you a picture. It's my dad saying, let me paint you a picture. Look up in the sky. What do you see? Paint me a picture. Well, paint yourself one. Give yourself the chance to play. Give yourself the opportunity to take that creativity and just let it be. Sit in front of the TV set. Make your recipe cards. Share your recipe cards. Make a community. Let's make a community of infinite doodle people. Infinite doodle peeps at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Join the Scrapbooking Made Simple SMS, Stacy's SMS peeps page. Absolutely. It's a group is what it is. Pete has, this is what he does. And the fact that he's able to do it in a way that makes it accessible to all of us, where again, he started as a cartoonist. His artistic ability and his capability to see things is different than mine. But with all those shapes in front of me, because he knows what works with what, he knows how to, if I just give them these shapes, they're going to be able to put together just about anything. He took his expertise and made it my expertise without me even knowing that I could. I did. I can. You can, and you will, and you'll have a blast doing it. And if you get a group of you together, you just put out a whole bunch of stuff and let everybody see what they see. That makes it unique and special and one of a kind. And just like the clouds in the sky, they shift and they move. The wind blows and they've blown and moved into a brand new shape. And just like I was playing here, what I started with was what I thought was going to be a dinosaur or a dragon turned into a witch's hat, turned into a. They have the ability to, just like clouds, move and shift and shape. Something completely new every time you play with them. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. The Infinite Doodles are available worldwide, globally. If you have an independent retailer, shop with them first. Absolutely. If you don't, I am sure many websites have them along with Scrapbooking Made Simple. It is a global launch, And if you love them, grab them because you will have fun with them. And if you want to shop with Scrapbooking Made Simple, well, we appreciate that too. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you on Monday for our next Make It Monday event where we bring you, I don't know, $100 worth of product and anywhere from $80 to $100 worth of product value for just $19.99. I know it's a great deal. And that's at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So for today, well, thank you for hanging with me. I hope you loved the samples. Thank you to Pete. Thank you so much for what you did for us. Thank you so much for sharing your samples with us and sharing your talents with us. And for Sizzix, thank you for doing those little extra things that I asked. The labels, the recipe cards to get them started. You didn't have to, but you chose to. And that makes all the difference. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. Bye.